this computer. And I think it's recording. Okay, so hi everyone. This is the second Turing-way Collaboration Cafe. And it was, I made a slight mistake because I told everyone that it was on Thursday, the 18th of September. And there is no Thursday, the 18th of September in the year 2019. So we're gonna do like a fun double Turing-way Collaboration Cafe because I don't have anything going on at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So I will also be on this Zoom link tomorrow at 7 p.m. just in case anyone else wants to come along and hang out and ask questions. But very excitingly, Malvika is here and we have been planning the Turing-way and thinking about the extension for the Turing-way together. And so I think what we're going to do is do a slightly sort of special one. We're recording this. We're going to spend an hour, instead of doing the Pomodoros, we're going to try and do the work to make the collaboration cafes better communicated, maybe better planned, so that we don't rely on Kirsty's tweets from the trail. And we're just going to sort of do that for an hour, and we'll record this and people can follow along if you want to. We'll also be taking notes in the HackMD, which is available. I'm just going to real quick share my screen because I think it's important to start these in the same sort of way. So Malvika and I are part of the Turing-way community already. We've been involved for a while. And so we do not, quote unquote, need to go over the code of conduct, but we'll cut right now just in case. And we are dedicated to a harassment-free experience for everyone, and we do not tolerate harassment by and or of members of our community in any form. And there's a whole bunch of sort of more information at the link about why we have a code of conduct and what's important about the code of conduct, and we have some points around expected behavior. One of the things that I think is really difficult contributing to open source projects is it can be very difficult to know where to start, and you can often feel kind of silly. And you feel like you have quote unquote silly questions. And so one of the things that I want to really emphasize is that the point of these events is to demystify and answer any questions. And if you ever feel like you are not welcome or not able to participate for any reason, please let me know. Okay, so that's the code of conduct. So I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen. And I guess we can start. So Malvika, why don't you brainstorm and I will write down the things that maybe we need to do to slightly improve.
Yeah, so we started to discuss how we can have one dedicated HackMD. So people have one common routine. So in this HackMD, they can always go there at whatever time the cafe is happening. And if we really need different dedicated HackMD for each session, then we can add the link. But I would assume we can back up our HackMD into GitHub. Therefore, we can always use the same HackMDs and leave the notes at the bottom, or just leave notes for last two sessions. Because I would assume if the new people come in, they might want to have a look at what these people have done in past and how does this go. So just want to get an idea and feeling of what to expect. You have to unmute.
Go ahead and say that again. I like the idea of archiving the notes. Like I like the idea of being able to go and see kind of what like the raw notes look like rather than kind of a clean version. Because I think I have this thing about the fact that if you only see clean versions of everything, you don't see how the sausage is made and like what the notes look like in the first place. And so, but I really like the idea of a single link. So is the idea that we would have one link that would have a structure, and I actually think it needs a slightly bigger structure, but I think it needs to have more things in it, but we'll get to that in a sec. So we'd have one link. Everyone would know that they could go to that link. And then after each call, we would kind of take a snapshot and then delete all of the information and put back in kind of blank. That would then be ready for the next call. Is that the idea?
Yeah, but I would be also interested, for example, you have a template. You could keep this template somewhere. And then we're going to fill these templates for each session. I would love to keep the notes from last session at the bottom.
Okay.
And why I was saying, this is exactly what I was saying, that people will feel less intimidated about what to write. So if they can just see what we wrote before. So just as
going and looking at the archive in GitHub is like
extra link. Yeah.
An extra thing that you have to do. Yeah, I love it. So we would move the notes from last week's down.
Yeah.
Clear out whatever else, names of people, put that back and change the dates and stuff. But still do the snapshot, put that in GitHub. Move last, 2 weeks ago's notes further down.
Yeah.
And then you could have you could scan through those if you were feeling very, I don't know what this looks like. I don't know what this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then often you would have updates. So those updates can also go on the page, so we don't need to mention those. So people can often look at those updates. Like someone might have just missed your newsletter, but then when they come to this page, they know that we released the last version of newsletter.
That is fun. That is very fun. So, so kind of maybe.
It's like, you go to a cafe and then you meet people for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're just talking about, what you did and what we did, and then literally have a coffee and then go on and work.
So they're kind of like you're just being super cheesy and kind of jumping off what you just said. They're kind of like conversation starters. Right? So they're like some bullet point things that the core team could add, but anyone could add, and they would be just little things that you could kind of say, oh, how cool. Can you hear the dog drinking water, by the way? Sorry. I'm recording. Yeah, okay, that is super cute. That is really cute. So you'd have these conversation starters, and that would be, and that would be a couple of things to shout out and celebrate very quickly at the beginning. Yeah, I love it. I think that's really cool. And how would we encourage people to add things? I'm going to just mute whilst the dog continues to drink.
Well, I think it's cuter when the dog sounds is in the background. It's 7 p.m. there. Of course, this is going to happen.
Put your paws up. She says, hi. No. On the couch being like, you're boring. How boring? Yeah. Carry on. I don't think you're boring.
We can, for example, I often, my icebreaker often has your best accomplishment from last week. So this could be formal, informal. I think it doesn't have to be more than few words.
Yes, we don't have an icebreaker, and that's good. Now, would you fill in? That's very cool. Would you have people fill that in advance?
The moment they arrive, they can quietly start filling in.
Yeah, and if they wanted to, they could sign their name in advance and fill it in if they wanted to, right? That'd be fine. This is so good. Yeah. Icebreaker. Do you think we should just do the same icebreaker each time?
I'm sure we will find more exciting things from people. It is only my idea, you know. The next person would say, I would like to hear something else. I would like to hear your best cake recipe next time.
Nice, nice. Okay, okay. So we will start with the quote unquote standard of what was your best, what did you say? How did you phrase it?
Your biggest achievement in last week.
My biggest achievement was accidentally telling everyone the wrong date, but no.
Oh, but that's productive. Now you have 2 cafes.
No. So yes, okay, I really like that. So we can have we'll have the same link, archive at the end of the call, you know, the day after. I'm just going to share my screen and then we can look at this together. Here we go. So we've got the online collaboration cafe, we've got the date. Thank you for joining. I've got this link, they've got this sort of list of useful links up here. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like this part of attendees probably needs to change because that's the bit that, or maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So right next to my name, I'll just add probably a / and then write whatever question we're asking. Yeah. And I like your emoji idea too. Add your emoji, favorite emoji or non-living vehicle or something crazy.
Yeah. My one that I can't remember who did it. I think it was, I think it was Patricia or Rosie, but it was at our Sheffield workshop in March. And we went around the room and everyone had to say what their favorite Disney character was. And what was really kind of intense about that was that the only people who had registered for the event were men. And so there were loads of women in the room because there were loads of women on the team. Like it was only men who had signed up for this workshop. And so it was just so fantastic going around and having everyone be like, I really love Ursula. I think the best actor, in my opinion, was Ursula from Little Mermaid. I was like, that is golden. But yeah, okay, fab. So we can update the attendees. Don't worry about this. This isn't going to be in the main template. This is just for fun. And then we got to schedule notes and questions. We'll have the next lot of notes down at the bottom. Oh, and then we need the conversation starters as well, right? So the conversation starters could maybe go in here.
Yeah.
To the schedule. Do you have opinions about whether it should go before or after the schedule part? I mean, the schedule is kind of standard for.
Yeah, I think you can put that up there, but probably we don't need to always tell them the schedule. As you said, it's just standard every time. It's like code of conduct. People should read it or know it before coming in, but to mention it's important.
I think it's probably fine down next to the notes. And then I think these can be the.
Yeah.
I want to find a way of saying it doesn't need to be just Turing-way branded events.
Absolutely. I like this because often maybe people are going to be interested in each other's event too.
So I just say, like, they don't have to be. Yeah, see what we want to be very banded. Want to know all the cool things gonna put my trademark. Okay, does that look, it has to be turing-way branded. We want to know about all the cool things that you're working on.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. And then I'll just do some little bullet points here. Oh, I love it. Okay. Should we do, whilst I'm typing, should we do the wording update for this part up here? So
type in.
You want to do that part, or do you want me to do it? You could dictate type if you want.
Which one?
So in the, sorry, I don't know if, I think I'm showing my screen. In the under attendees, change that to have something about the, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try editing that part.
Okay, cool.
So so here would be the icebreaker, right? One question, for example, one short question.
Yeah.
I'm writing Q&A because someone would have to respond to this question. And then...
All right, here, hang on. So this, wait, can you move this up to the actual attendees one? Because this Thursday 19th is like a, that's not going to hopefully be a standard.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll add that here. So we'll write, I'm just going to write question here because it's a header.
Yeah.
And then an emoji quiz.
Is it a quiz? Or
I don't know.
well, I use the emoji voting for if you need to say like yay or nay on things because I don't really like downward thumbs. And so,
how you feeling in emoji?
And the emoji best explains your day, or yeah, like your current favorite emoji or something like that. I'm just gonna have face palm.
Let's do that. Let me find.
The day was going great until I like realized it was cool. Fab. So that would look like Kirsty. Oh wait, but we don't have the question. So where are we going to put the question?
Yeah, I'm gonna add a question for us today. Okay. So let me move that. I'll write it as template so we can reuse it for future, and this would be us.
All right. What do you put the plus to separate like that? I got to find my woman face. Like I use it a lot. There we go. You got to do your emoji. Yeah, I got it. So this short question will change each time. I love it. From a thing. That's my cat too. I think if you do lowercase g. There he is. I've used him a lot.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So, same link each time. Archive the notes on GitHub. Move last week's notes to the bottom of the next. I'm saying next like week, but it's the next time, right? And then have a little icebreaker, and then have some conversation starters, which might be something like whoopsies. Sarah is at RSE Con at the moment, giving talks about the Turing-way, and Rachel is at science doing a demo and poster and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff that we could put down here. That's really cool. Is there anything else that you think we can sort of enhance in the HackMD?
For the first part, I think that's enough, and then we would go and ask around everybody what are they planning to work on today.
Yeah. So I think I am very excited about what we haven't used yet. I haven't used yet. The breakout rooms.
Mm.
And so I was thinking about a section where people could say that they're going to work on X in a particular breakout room. And I suppose the idea would be like, if you're just going to sit sort of quietly and work, you don't really need to be in a breakout room. But if you want to talk with someone about something, I feel like that should maybe happen in a breakout room during the Pomodoro sessions.
I think you're right. I think what people can do is right after the conversation started, they can propose the topic and people can join them in the same topic where you can put them in different breakout.
Yeah, yeah. So I was thinking kind of instead of under notes and questions, I was thinking we could have a section that was something like
Proposals, breakout proposals.
If you you'd like to chat with other community members, for example, if you'd like help finding help using GitHub. I don't like help. If you'd like a refresher how to navigate GitHub, or if you want to discuss edits and reviews on a chapter, that makes sense. And then like if you have an idea for a topic to discuss in a breakout room, does that seem sensible?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then people could have this like dream that people could sort of on But I think maybe the HackMD isn't the place to do this. I think maybe clarifying the sorts of things you can do in a collaboration cafe.
Oh yeah,
Go somewhere else, but like
that could be on GitHub, and you can add the GitHub link here.
yeah,
This is something that we were talking about in the last call, is that some of us who want can separate the ongoing issues and tasks into different levels of things that people can do.
yeah.
And then,
And it needs to be a topic you'd like to discuss in the breakout room. Please add it below and put your name next to it. Because we sort of need to know, like, topics, that's fine, but if we want to know, like, who's going to be working on those topics, and you could do it in advance. Yeah, and I think issue sorting and having.
and then you could also suggest that if you'd like to join someone's conversation, add your name next to theirs.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Please add it below and put your name next. Put your name next to it. If you like someone. If you have an idea for a topic you'd like to discuss, please add it below and put your name next to it. If you like one of the topics that's already suggested, please add your name.
Yeah, we can think about reducing the wording later. So maybe you want to do something, for example, topic. It's a rough one. Topic names, right?
Yeah.
So people can write the topic and add their names.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. I think that's really. I think that. I wonder if we can. Yeah, and I just think this section about the break. I think it needs like 4 paragraphs in the description file. You know, in the like GitHub that sort of says what a
right.
is.
So these description we can remove, as you said, in the main repository.
Yeah. Amazing. And then maybe, do you have any other thoughts for? I think this I think is. I think I like this more than it was before. It was too bare bones before. And it was really difficult to kind of see how people were supposed to get involved in it and things like that. But so I have another question, which is, what is the best way of like telling people that these are happening? Because it is just not ridiculous that the plan is just to follow Kirsty on Twitter. Like that's
yeah, no, I think you do have a group of people who have participated in this before. We can, in the beginning, we might want to reach out to them with like a form or some sort of show your interest in a way that we know that you would like to hear about it. So we don't want to probably make a mailing list, but there's an announcement and this is happening and we would really like to get you involved. Would you like to tell us if you would like to join in one or several sessions? So if they say, yes, I will join, it might be not this time or next month, but 3 months later, it doesn't matter. They want to still keep updated. And in that case, we would know exactly who to invite in.
Yeah.
And beside that, I think your tweet, of course, helps newer people to learn about it.
Yeah.
And there's no other way you can do it, really.
Just to get started, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've got, it's gone really dark. I'm just going to turn the light on, one sec. So we've got the mailing list, which is a tiny letter mailing list. And we've previously tried to send out monthly emails. And I wonder if, like, maybe that's enough. I think with one of the other projects that I'm involved in, there's like a shared Google Calendar, marks when things are happening. And so then if people want, they can add that Google Calendar to their calendar and then they could see things.
Right.
I don't know if it's super useful. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I mean, if
like sending out one email a month is really good for keeping things like chill and not too much traffic. But it's also not good if you don't remember things very well and you'd want a nudge kind of thing. What do you think?
So for the beginning, if at all we know that there are 10 people who are interested, we can create a Google Calendar invite and send it to them. They can accept or reject, it's up to them, but it will appear in their calendar.
Yeah.
So we can actually send out an email to everybody who's ever contributed to turing-way and ask them, would you like to be invited? Or would you like us to send you a calendar event invite for these things? Or something like in that direction. We need to get their consent and some sort of interest.
It like becomes this like massive problem with sort of holding on to the information, which is why having the mailing list is really good, because that's like,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
but I think,
yeah, I guess the mailing list is actually not a bad idea, because
see, I was thinking if we aim to send monthly mailing lists, if we aim to send a monthly update and we keep the times at a really regular time, I feel like time is actually probably the most important thing. Right?
Time and consistent document.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's really, yeah. So I think maybe let's do that. Let's just try and send out the monthly update, the monthly newsletter, in which we have like a little reminder about the cafes. We have the same link every time. So once you've got that link, you're cool. You don't have to worry.
And and the dates.
The dates and the times.
Yeah, I like that. So every month then you would have 2 dates.
Yeah.
And the link.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I think we're going to do, I think in November, we're going to do 3, because there's a really cool contributor who's contributed to a different project, whose name I'm blanking on, but she's called Orchid on GitHub. They're in...
oh, Paula.
Is it Paula? Yeah.
Paula is in, yeah, she's amazing. She's really good at all these. She loves doing hackathons, and she's good at also like conducting. So
yeah,
if she's interested to run it in Australia, that's amazing.
So I think we'll do an early one as a kind of like, you know, ad hoc if folks can come along to that. We can just advertise that in the newsletter. Okay, I think newsletter, consistent timing, consistent document, this is key. I think that's going to be fine to let people know about it. Yeah, I like this consistent document thing. I think that's a much better idea. Cool. Okay, is there, what else do you think we need to do for these collaborations?
I think for the cafe, it's fine. I think this is really good as a plan. And one thing that I still have to do, which I started last time, is to mark the issues. And Jez also started to do that with me, marking the issues as if the issue relates someone to know programming versus it's text related issue.
Cool. So how were you doing the label?
I went to the oldest issue to but then don't do that. It was mostly adding these
good first issue things.
the good first issue So I had just started to add more good first issues tag, but I thought we can create newer tags as well.
Yeah. There's so many issues. Yeah, cool. I'm going to stop sharing because I forgot that I was sharing all that talking. Is there anything else that you think is useful for thinking about the cafes? Maybe we can do breakout room. I think it looks like we need a description of the icebreaker. We need a description of the breakout room. And then we need to write down the process of what happens.
Right.
Rolling around. So.
Yeah, I guess once we kind of find our way to run this, then you can post a 5 minutes review of this. So if people want to watch you explain them what this template is. Yeah. So just before the call, they can just watch this video and then they don't need to spend time figuring it out for themselves.
Nice. Yeah. What do you think? So this is a recording, and so anyone who's watching live, from you. What do you think are the reasons that people would come and join in? What are the reasons that people would not come along and join in?
I think people who would join in is because they've already developed some material and they want to add them to turing-way. I think most of the people would be those who have benefited from reproducibility or topic that turing-way is interested in, and they would like to make it a part of turing-way.
Yeah.
I don't think we will get a lot of people in the beginning who want to learn about these topics. We would get people who already know a bit about this topic, and these people would be really either self-taught or someone who has really benefited from learning all this, and therefore they see a value in sharing that.
I think I have more confidence in you that there will be people who have benefited but want to contribute. Maybe that's I think there are people, there's like a massive problem with the fact that the people who contribute to community resources are super busy, and so having them contribute is really difficult. And the people who don't know how to contribute because they don't know how to get started, because it's kind of this intimidating sort of weird space, or GitHub jargon and whatnot. I feel like they are the people that I would most want to engage, because they're the people who would really, really be able to kind of run with the skills that they learn.
Yeah, this will be a really nice onboarding into the project for them. And I guess you were right about the core contributors or past contributors. For them, it is accountability. Is that, oh, this hour is dedicated, so when I come in, I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah. So I think, and this is what having the breakout rooms is really good for, because then you can respond to who comes. Because if people want to skill build or ask questions and have questions answered, that you can have a whole breakout room for that, right? This is a regular time that you're able to come and you're able to have those conversations and figure things out. And then there's also the accountability buddy kind of, I'm here, I'm going to do this for lots of 20 minutes. And I think feel like the breakout rooms is kind of the space where you're able to do that in parallel. I hope so. Yeah, but I think that's the sort of skill building kind of parts. So I think we just need to hear more feedback. Hear more feedback from people about why.
Yeah. Why would they wanna? I think it's a good place to get them interested, or also help us plan this for them.
Nice. Is there anything else you want to add? Whether we can either finish early, or we could spend 15 minutes like just trying to do this work, writing down the text. Like, yeah,
let's write these down and move some things in the GitHub.
So why don't you write something about the icebreaker and the conversation starters, and I will write something about the breakout room.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm going to do this on. I'm going to do it on Visual Studio. I'm going to do it on my laptop rather than everything's on my laptop. I'm going to do it on, like in my editor rather than in the browser.
Do you want to keep this recording, or?
Let's pause. Let's pause for 10 minutes and see where we get to, and then we'll record again. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think we're back. We've both done some, I think, really good edits to the template for hacking. Repository that kind of explains what a collaboration cafe is. I think what we should do is I will push those to GitHub. You know, you can review that pull request, and maybe we can see if anyone else wants to read through and see if they understand what we're as we go along. That sound good?
Cool. Yeah.
I realized as I was writing that I don't have anything about the recording in there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's actually fun. I kind of in the first recording, people only come for part of the time.
Right. People can just come and have coffee in the first minute and leave as well.
Exactly. And also people don't share their, like, you can't see everybody. Jez turned off his video because there were a bunch of people behind him that he was kind of like, they didn't say they wanted to be like recorded. And Nadia actually like just turned off her video and just it wasn't working. But I think it's quite a good like first sort of demo. So I'll add that in there as well, and then you can have a look at that, and then we can sort of have a review. That sounds good.
Nice. Yeah.
Do you have anything that you want to on our YouTube channel? I'm not confident anyone is actually watching, but maybe in the future.
My next few interests would be how to turn the first 15 minutes into actually drinking tea and coffee. I wonder how we can ask people to bring the most ridiculous cup, and
Nice.
I think that would be really fun. That would be my next aim.
I was watching the Great British Bake Off yesterday. Did you watch it?
I know some of the versions where the comedians go and try to bake stuff, but I haven't watched all of it.
Yeah. So it was really good. And yesterday, the showstopper, which is the big one, was Indian desserts. There's like a milk dessert thing. Like there's all these, is it nishi or something like that? And so they did these amazing, like all of these different colorful, flavorful, like this huge variety of different things. So yes, we should have people bring like their favorite teas and coffees and cakes from.
I would love that. We should have themed one. Today is most ridiculous cup day.
Yeah, yeah. And then most extravagant cake day.
Yeah.
Icebreaker. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming along and brainstorming all of this. It's absolutely brilliant. I so appreciate it. And yeah, I'll get this pushed up this evening, and then we can have a review, and anyone else can look too.
Cool. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.